What's up, Be Good Nation? It is cold today. For me, it's 27 degrees. So that's like, I don't know. What is that? 0 Celsius, a little bit below it. I don't know. I can't be doing that math. What is going on today? Look at that. It is bright, sunshiny. Not letting us know there's a major storm coming tomorrow that's going to knock out electricity and down trees and yada yada. So I'm out here. First order of business is to put a layer of number 4 stone over all of this so that after the storm it's not as muddy out here. Putting that down. All of the former drain is in place except for the pieces I've already pre-cut and ready to go where I'm running the tractor in and out. And I've got to do my step downs and step ups for my stem walls. So I got to do that. There's a little bit of digging I've got to do over here. And then around the drains where I haven't yet, I'm going to put number 4. So there, that's pretty much done. A little bit there. Just kind of go around the whole thing. And anywhere, like you see, I haven't put any on the backside yet because I want to finish kind of in the stem wall first. And then I'll put all the rock behind there. And then just depends on what time it is. I'd got rolls of plastic. I'd like to roll it out and put it down to help with the erosion and mud falling after with all this rain. So we'll see what happens with that. In fact, I think that's going to be more important than me getting the rebar. So it depends on what time I get all this put out, the rock put in, and the stem walls tied in. Will depend on if I start on rebar or if I just go straight to putting plastic up and then come back to rebar Monday. See how it goes. Alright, so spread most of that. So then before the day's over, I've got to put some more up against the forms and I'm going to clean all that up. But I'm using the cut pieces from the forms of when we put all this in to do the isolated footings. So I got to measure out for those, build those, then I'll clean all that up. It's going somewhere and put some number 57 rock down there where I'd dug that out the other day. So I got to spread that out with the rake. And then I've got to come in and here, the part I'm standing on right here is further than the engineer wants my step up to be. So that'll be a 1 foot step up. Right now this is a 2 foot. So I'm going to cut this back down to a 1 foot step up, which means I'll have to cut it back to, back in here. I'll probably come back about 3 feet. And then it'll step up a foot again and then just continue on like it is. And I've got to do the same thing over there at that corner. I've got to cut that back for that step up because it's 2 feet. He wants them all to be no more than a foot. So we'll do a 1 foot step up to come into there. Yeah, got a little bit of digging. Let me show you that. That place where we rake the rock back. I've got to dig about 2 inches out of that. This was dug out some more later by Chris, and it's just not as exact as the rest. So just got to dig a little bit of that out, then put some 57 stone in there. So I'll be right. And then I got to go around with tape measure, make sure we're at least 10 inches off of the stone everywhere and inside the forms. If we're not, I got to rake it out, make adjustments to that. Then put in the rebar. Yeah, we'll be close to ready for pour. Casey came by yesterday. If y'all don't remember who that is, he's my mason. He does all our foundations and stuff. And we're going to be doing training together on putting up the ICF blocks and all that. So he can get some experience with it and be my crew on future jobs. So they're going to be handling the footing pour. Right now we're figuring about 63 yards. I think I already said I'm going to do a final measurement just to be sure. Yeah, so continuing on. I got Inspector Dog out here, see how we did. Well, you remember in the beginning of the video, all that boasting, and, you know, hopefully we'll see if I even have time to get to the to get to the rebar or plastic like I was going to choose, because I was going to get so much done. Well, yeah. So here's what happened. So you saw at the end there, I kind of looking at the tractor and everything. That's because one of the hoses on the backhoe decided to burst. And something I've noticed about these hoses from Kubota is they're not that great. The dealership actually doesn't even sell the Kubota hoses. They make their own. So, and the ones they make are heavier duty. So I'll pick one of those up Monday. But I had to come in here and hand dig the rest of this. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. I'm sore today. So I've got a little bit more to get in there done. Should have been raining by now, but I'm gonna try and knock a little bit more of this out. Yeah, so we'll have our step up here, step up and go in there, step up again for there, and then that step up. And then the back one that's 2 feet is fine to leave. Code, we can be up to 2 feet. Just the engineer didn't want the corners to be heavy loaded, so, and we're okay on that one. That one already steps up that way, so we're good there. So anyway, clean this up. You see how these work? You got these pieces make a vertical 9 come up. That's your little 24-inch spacer, so I just put that in there, keep that straight. I've got to clean all that out where I was digging. But yeah, all that by hand. It doesn't look like a lot till you realize a lot of this stuff here is shale. I guess that's right. I'm sure there's at least one geologist watching the channel can tell us, but it's like I've already carried most of it off. Tons of rock. and then you got all this. You got that. In fact, this one's got a whole vein, right? So that pretty much at that level, it's very interesting actually, but it runs all the way across. So I mean, this has got a ton of rock in it all through here, but once you get here, you know, that pretty much runs at that level all the way around. So yeah, if you're a geologist, or even if you're just a hobbyist on it, you know, kind of share with us some of that deal. But yes, you got that type, and then there's another type. Yeah, this stuff, that's more of a, yeah, it breaks pretty easy, but it's like a whatever the hell it is. So there we go. So anyway, so that's what happened with that. So yeah, it didn't happen. That didn't get cleaned up. It's just, yeah. But we did get the rock down in here, hand digging that, which was like digging stone. I mean, that clay, it was just clay and that hard rock, so that was great. So the good news is the geotech guy said we're gonna have a great base. Yay. And yeah, so this big storm's coming. See it blowing in. See how wet it is on Monday. Probably too wet, we'll see. So I'll probably pick back up. Well, I could come out here since I got the rock and start laying out the rebar. Maybe I'll do that. But anyway, so right now with Christmas coming up and the schedules, I'm looking to get it inspected this coming week, and then poured the week between Christmas and New Year's. And then, you know, it just depends on how everything goes. We're supposed to close on the 90 acres the end of this month. So that's going to take priority probably for most of January, as we get all the marketing stuff's about ready. We've done all the testing, the soil testing came back great. So yeah, we'll be focused on that and getting some of those lots moved. There's some people who have reached out to me. I'll send you the updated price list. We've adjusted all that. Anyway, yeah. What you got? What? Okay. You think it's ready? Come here. Love how her ears flop. Oh, you thought, oh, you driving now? That's probably for the best. All right, what do you want to tell everybody? All right.
Times and places are all in who you share them with, and it's life, and the point is enjoying who you share it with.